Took my ASVAB test and had failed my ASVAB test.
I dropped out of high school.
I failed my first English class.
When I was in Mexico, I obtained my bachelor's degree in public accountant.
I wanted to go ahead and further pursue my goals as becoming a pharmacy technician.
Three tips that really helped me survive my first semester at college were being organized, having a good support system, and utilizing every resource you can.
To get out of your comfort zone, take advantage of the sources that the school gives you, and also value your work.
First, preparation. Second, consistency. The last one can be perseverance.
You have to be self-motivated. Like, you have to have self-motivation. You have to really want to go to school, and that will help you. When you wake up in the mornings, you're tired, gives you energy to keep going. And for the school part, doing all your homework and everything, for that you have to ask for help when you don't understand something.
Reaching out to the Success Center, as well as reaching out to some of the counselors, as well as some of the professors that teach certain courses. They would come out to some of the campuses or certain locations that kind of sponsor their college just to get students in. And in those opportunities, I would go ahead and ask questions. No matter if it seemed like a dumb one, I asked as many questions as I could just to note the information, because no one really knows the information until you ask it. And sometimes even these professors or these counselors, you ask certain questions and they'll even ask you like, that's a good question. Let me refer you to someone else who will know that information. So some people may see it as a dumb question, but honestly, just ask away. Don't be afraid. There's no time in our life to be shy and not ask these questions, because ultimately we won't know these questions or these answers if we don't ask these questions.
That was the first time that I was taking a class which it was fully English. So I ended up failing it. I was really disappointed on myself. I thought I was not going to be able to make it. I really wanted to quit because I thought it was too much for me. But I talked to my professor. I talked to her. I explained her the situation, that I was an ESL student, that I was still learning English. And she suggested me to go to talk to a counselor and then to take advantage of the sources that the school gave me. I went to the Success Center and they helped me as well. Not only for English classes, but I remember that for history classes, science classes, where I needed to write an essay, they were able to help me there. They were able to proofread my paper and to give me some suggestions on what to change, what to add, something like that. There's always help for students. Once I started going to the Success Center, that became my second home, not only for the English classes, but also for any type of class that I needed help for. I'm really glad that I listened to my professor, that I asked for help.
Very stress related, because our father is very important in our family. He pretty much is like the glue. It's like if you could think of a Hispanic dish, he's either be the rice, the beans, the tortillas. He essentially makes everything whole, and we wouldn't be here without him. But it is very difficult. In all, we dedicate certain time. I've told my father, hey, I will check in with you twice, maybe 3 times a day if I'm lucky, regarding school, work, other responsibilities here around the house. And everyone else, they have to be understanding of that. I know it's difficult, but with family, the main thing is understanding. Find a common ground and let them know, hey, I understand, this is going on. I make sure the first thing I do, check on my father, make sure he's okay. Make sure my family's okay, make sure they're all, attended, and making sure that we all on the same information. Contact him and let him know. And then from there, just dedicate that one specific time that I can to my schoolwork. Whatever time I have, I'll go ahead and dedicate it, call, ask professors questions, emails, everything I need to do. I'll go ahead and separate it to a calendar and deal with it in that certain way. And at the very end of the night, same thing, call my father, make sure he's okay, let everyone else know he's fine.
And I was supposed to be class of 2017, and I was having issues with attendance, And eventually in 2016, they told me I had to attend either Birch or Options for Youth. I attended Options for Youth, ended up unenrolling from there. And I was working for fast foods like Sonic for like a year and a half. And well, after that period of time, I realized those are really not great career choices. So I decided to get my high school diploma, and I found here.
Then I married, so I moved here to United States, and that's why I start to attend at Fontana Adult classes, because I know that my English isn't not very good, very well. So I needed to take some classes for my language.
Over 20 years ago, when I was in high school, I tried going to the Marines, and I was still going to high school, so they checked my high school and they said that I was missing a lot of high school credits, that I had to go to college. And I never went to college. I never paid much attention to it because I was young. I tried going to the Army also, and I took my ASVAB test and I failed my ASVAB test. I probably didn't know how to answer no question in there. And I went to a trade school to get a trade in electronics, because I actually took electronics in high school and I really liked it. I found it really interesting. Like, I didn't get to do my final project. For our final project, we were going to build a circuit board, but I never got to build a circuit board because I changed to another high school. But as an adult, I thought it would be a good idea if I tried to pursue a career in electronics, because I really liked it. I really used to like that class in high school, but I couldn't take it because I needed my high school diploma. So that's where my motivation came from, that I need to get a high school diploma in order to be able to get a degree in a trade, or even for a degree in college.
Thanks Fontana Adult School, because I improved my communication skills, my professional skills, my interpersonal skills, and also employability skills, because they give you a lot of these things.
Wendy Camacho, the teacher from ESL classes, he also told me, like, you need to continue with your life in college. I was really comfortable here again. I love the school. That's when I decided to go, because she told me, you know what, you're doing good. You need to take another step, and that's what I did. So I'm really glad that I came to this school.
I say, oh, I'll go later, and later never gets here. I'm always physically tired.
You know, we all need someone to vent to. We all need someone to talk to, just tell someone how bad of a day we had or stuff like that. You know, you always need a support system, not just for college, but just life in general. It's always great having a support system.
Mrs. Aguilar teaches a program over there at Fontana Adult School regarding pharmacy tech schooling, and it was at a very fair price. And I took the opportunity to go ahead and further my career.
Art, I never really even seen myself doing at all, but every teacher I've had here made my experience so much more fun and so much more intriguing, and they truly cared. And that's what really stuck out to me, is how much they actually cared.